Hi guys, welcome to a new video in this pen testing series. My name is Daniel and today we are hacking a server that is vulnerable to two different CVEs. I'm very excited guys for this series and I'm very grateful for all the love that I've been getting. So yeah, let's jump right in. We start off with this IP. So as usual, I'll run the nmap scan, regular flags, and I'll do an output file just for order. I'll call this scan. So once it's done, let's just see the results. I see an open port running an SSH service clearly. I also see a website. This is unusual, I would say. I'm getting a response header that apparently is running these workseal or however you pronounce it. This is a Python server as well, and I've never seen this service honestly, and it's very weird that it's running on port 5000. So I'll just go ahead. Oh, and here's the title, chemistry. So I'll just go ahead and open it and see what's up with it. I'll use Burp Suite because for some reason the Firefox browser in this VM is like slow and it'll keep requiring captchas for some reason. So yeah, it'll keep asking me for captchas, so I don't have much time for that. So I'll just go ahead here and use Burp's browser. Just in case, you never know. So I can visit this website. I could, in theory, run a fluff enumeration, but I don't think I don't think I should because this is weird. This is an unusual port, so maybe I'll just first see what's up with it. So I'll go to the IP, which is this one, and port 5000. And here, chemistry CIF analyzer.
Yes, science! Okay.
I guess that I should register first, so I'll go ahead and Daniel. I'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and register. Alright, so I'm in and please provide a CIF file. An example is available here. Apparently this is just like a share. I don't know what's this CIF file. Let's check it out. So atoms. Alright, so this, I think it's related to chemistry clearly. So what is a CIF file? A CIF file, short for crystallographic information file, is a standard text file format used to store and exchange crystallographic data. Yeah, I really don't know what's that. And alright, here I don't see anything useful, but knowing that this is hack the box, there should be something. Maybe, I mean, it's very unusual. I mean, a CIF file is very unusual. What if I look up CIF file vulnerability, maybe? It seems that there's a CVE, but I don't really see if there's any exploit. Well, apparently this CVE showcases a method within the PyMatGen library prior to this. And this is interesting. This method insecurely utilizes eval. I haven't seen it, but I assume that there is some sort of evaluation from my experience. So I'll go ahead and maybe there should be a CVE that could work. What is this? So because of the vulnerability, flaw, blah blah blah. So this is the same CIF file as we can see, just it has a different structure clearly. Here I don't see many things related to chemistry, but here is a system command, touch pond, and I think this could work. I think this could work because this is an eval function. And as you know, this is running on a Python server. So it is very likely that if it's either a Django instance or a Flask instance, whatever is stored in the server could be potentially breached. So I'll go ahead and try this. So maybe, let's replace this first. And I saw here these touch pond command, so maybe I could run a shell on it. I'll just type bin bash c and I'll escape for this tick I def TCP, and here goes my IP, which is 1415 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's it. And I'll be using port 9001 if that's okay, guys. And let's just type the regular syntax for a reverse shell. Hopefully this works. So I'll first change the name of this. Maybe there might be some interference with the naming, I don't know. I'll just go ahead and type example to test2.cif. And let's try running this. So first, I almost forgot to set the reverse shell. So I'll be using Metasploit. So just right, and I'll use multi-handler. And let's check for options. I just need to set the lhost to my listening interface. So I'll just do actually is tune 0. So yeah, and set L port to 9001, and that should be it. If I run exploit, this should work. These got saved, so I will upload it first and see. Alright, so I'm not getting any hit, and hopefully I wrote the reverse shell properly. But since this is on a Python server, once I click on view, I assume that there will be a hit, and maybe there is, and we're in. So basically this is because the I guess the wrapper of Python has like some sort of bug for these specific type of files, and once we click on view, we're not just rendering the text, but it's also running on the server's memory. So this could be considered an injection. So let's try out. So who am I in this instance now that we just hacked into this server? So I'm up, and this my guess is that we are on a Flask instance based on the name of the file. So as you can see in here, we're clearly on Flask. And this is very interesting. There is a secret key for this SQL Alchemy database, and it's running on SQLite. And this is a secret key. So I assume that this user has access to that database. So maybe I'll go ahead just and try to enumerate the things that I might find interesting. What is there on static? Alright, so it's just a file, example.cif, and some styles. What is there on instance? Database, great. So if I cd into instance, and maybe if I type SQLite, wait, I don't know which SQLite there is, so I assume SQLite 3. Yeah, so there's a SQLite 3. So maybe if I type SQLite 3 in database .db, I can get something. Alright, apparently not. Alright, so this is not working clearly, so I will abort this session. I'll just resend the shell. I think that's enough for making it work. I have to wait first though for this to print, and hopefully I can reuse that shell. I think, yeah, great. So I know that I cannot open that DB file with the SQLite 3 utility. So maybe if I cut this, maybe I'll just transfer this to my host and see if there's any interesting information with it. I'll just base64. This could work. Yeah. So I'll copy these into my host and run it on my host. This is very, very clever. I'm not joking. This is clever. This is clever. I'm joking. And I will go here to my terminal, and I will just create a new text file. That was dumb. Let's create database.txt and paste this. And I will cat database base64 decode. So I'm just transferring the file using base64, and I'll save this on a file called database.db. I assume that if I cut this database.db file, I'm getting readable text, which I am, yeah. And this is all the encrypted information. So my machine, thank God, has this utility of SQLite, and I'll use it to open the file. And I don't remember very well the syntax for this. That help. So, all right, let's see, databases. I think it's that tables. And there is. So I'll select all from user. And this is very interesting. We got a bunch of users. Here I am. There's a bunch of users. But something that I would like to try is, which other user are we with? Here, Rosa. So I assume Rosa is in here. Rosa, yeah, it's here. And this is her hash, I assume. I could try to crack it, but I've recently I've had very bad experiences with RockQ and Hashcat. So I'll go to a website called CrackStation. This one, and I'll just paste this hash. Hopefully it works. And there's a hit. There's a hit. So her password is unicornios rosados, which for those who don't know Spanish, that means pink unicorns. That's weird. Clearly, I don't know why would someone use that password, but yeah, maybe. So I assume that that password could work for other sort of things. I could try to change my user within this shell, but from the output of the analysis, we know that there's a service running on port 22, which is SSH. So based on my experience and knowing that a lot of people don't bother on changing their passwords, I guess I can SSH into Rosa. So I'll go ahead and SSH Rosa at 10.10 11.38 and this and the password pink unicorn. Great, and we're in. So here's the flag. However, we're not root, and if I see in here, there should be something within this that I am not aware of. We could try to transfer lean piece, but this is an easy machine, so I don't think we need that level of complexity. I'd rather check some different aspects of her history. Alright, so we're seeing also that here there's a bash history. However, this is being trashed. Basically, it's being sent to dev null. That basically means that everything that's being recorded into this file is technically just being deleted. Same as with the SQLite history. There's this SSH directory, which I don't think would be very meaningful. I'd like to check, however, I don't know, maybe bash logout has something interesting. No, there's nothing interesting. Maybe, are there any web services running? And there are. So there are two. This is clearly the instance we were just in, which is this one. Just got deleted. No, here it is. So this localhost on port 5000 is the same chemistry website, and there's also this on port 68. However, this is just on constate, which is not a clear indicator that is something running. However, there is this port 8080, which seems to be pretty interesting. So I'm not in the mood for port forwarding, although I know how to, obviously, but I will try just to see what's this, because this is on port 8080 usually there are web applications. So I'll just go ahead and maybe if I curl on it, I can see some more information. I type that right? Yeah. Alright, so there's the server Python, so that's a website clearly. However, there's this AIO HTTP, which I don't know what it is. What's that? Oh, there's a CVE. There's a POC, a proof of concept of the path traversal vulnerability in the Python. Alright, so let's see what's in here. So it's a POC. I want to see on static. No, an exploit. So this is a URL. So this is a path for a lot of Python web servers that is, I would say it's kind of useful. I mean, it's kind of used a lot. There's a lot of key paths. There are a lot of paths that are by default generated and that actually store useful information. And here, this guy is using this etc password file, and it's putting it in this payload. And that's basically path traversal. So I'll go ahead and run it from here because I think that it can help speed up the process. So I'll just go ahead and type script.sh. I'll not be obvious with the names, and I'll paste this. However, I will replace the port, so it's not 8081, it's 8080, and hopefully this works. So I'll save it. I'll chmod script and just run it. So alright, there's nothing. Maybe I need to change something else from here to make it work. So I know for a fact that as static is not the only like default directory on these Flask servers. There's also assets. I'm not sure if it's exclusively for Flask, but I know for a fact that assets is also very used. So I'll go ahead and exit, and yes, and I'll try this again, and we got a hit. So it worked on this assets at etc password, and I'm trying to change to root. So in theory, if I change this, let's see, if I change this not to look for etc password, rather root and sh and id rsa, which is the private key on the SSH directory. I got it. So here is the private key of root. I'll go ahead and copy it, and I'll use it on a new window to check if it actually works. So I'll go ahead and type nano and id rsa and paste this. Yeah, and we gotta change permission, so it's chmod 600 id rsa, and I'll just go ahead and do sh-i idrsa root at, I think here I got my IP. No, hold on, that doesn't work. I'll go ahead and 10 10 11 at 38, and we're in. And here's a flag. So that was it. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Until this point, we basically gained access to this server using this shell on this very weird file. I never heard from it. But yeah, it was great doing this. This is very interesting, and I'm always trying to improve, guys. So if there are any critics, comments, questions, even hate, I like hate, just leave it on the comments. I'll try to answer everyone. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this, and see you in the next video, guys.
Life, but what kind of life will it be, huh? Will it be a life of fear, of, oh, no, I can't do this, of never once believing in yourself?
I don't know.
Listen, these things, we need them, and only you can get them for us.